Hello, everybody. My name is Ryan Casper. Some leaders don't just lead teams, they inspire future leaders. To the side of me here is Michelle Leone. She is someone that I've known for almost all of my life, and the story of how she inspired me to be a leader and how I witnessed her to be a leader of her greatness in leading is a story worth telling. So let's get into it. Michelle Leone here is a training manager, or was a training manager when I worked with her. And she's worked up her ranks in the company we worked in, Einstein Bagels, and she's now the district manager of San Diego for multiple stores in San Diego, California. She's a great leader. Michelle was my manager and gave me room to grow into the leader I am today. So I do have a personal connection to Michelle. I actually met her when I was in kindergarten, and her son is one of my best friends, and we grew up together. And Michelle would pick us up from school, volunteer in school, and that's pretty much how I met her. So she always had my back from day one, and she's a family friend. She ended up getting me my first real job, and I saw her persona and her work business acumen and stuff firsthand, and that's something that really inspired me. She inspired me to want to become a manager myself by the way she would lead her team and give people opportunities and just get things done. Um, this really impacted me because she trained me. She taught me about customer service. She taught me about making money for businesses and just sharing her firsthand knowledge with me so that I could one day too be a leader. Um, like I said, for our background, we met in kindergarten, but we worked together for probably over 10 years. I grew up with her son, Ramon, and we went to all three schools together, elementary, middle school, and high school. So I even saw Michelle grind through being a mother while still having to work, so that's something I really respect. And let's see. I would say some of the things that really inspired me about her leadership is that it's really cool when you can see somebody um, kind of in their flow state and getting things done and leading people, and you kind of see it and admire it from a distance. You're not really even they don't even know you're watching, but you're watching. That's kind of how it is in business, you know. The manager is always kind of front and center. The employees are watching. The customers are watching to see what's going on. So, and see if this manager is going to handle things the correct way under pressure. And Michelle was always fair, calm, and that says a lot right there. She's also very understanding. Um, she's very good at running stores. She ran one of the stores that had the most revenue in San Diego when she was the general manager when I worked for her. So it was a high performance store with high revenue, and it was also the training store. So that means all the other managers that were going to be trained for the company that came through San Diego went to Michelle, and they would work with us as the crew, and they would learn, the ins and outs of the company and get a little training period before actually going into their own store. So I think that that's really important that you know how to do something and be a leader or be a boss and general manager of a store if you're training other general managers that are coming through. That says a lot about Michelle that they were willing to give her that responsibility, and she was willing to take it and take it seriously, and she taught so many things about how to do things the right way and what the rules are for the company, and she's helped so many managers, myself included, like I stated earlier. Michelle's honestly just a really great person as well. She's helped me outside of work during a time of need when I needed stability and support. Definitely helped me get the ball rolling up the corporate ladder because when I worked for her, I started just as a regular bottom of the barrel crew member and did that for a while and just ran the registers and um, worked my position and went home. But after a while, I saw how she would lead teams and I thought, oh man, that's something I want to do too. So I ended up moving up and taking on more responsibility and becoming a shift manager. That's when I had Michelle trained me for a while, but then she had to have me leave to go to another store, so I had to go out on my own and go to a new, different location and put some of my training and manager skills to the test. And I didn't stop there, kept going. Said one day I want to be a general manager of my own store too, which I did end up reaching. But after shift manager, I moved on up to assistant manager, and I believe Michelle trained me again. And she ended up going on and doing other ventures in the company, going around the country and training different store openings. So when a new location would open, she would go and help them set up their store and get them ready for the big day of when they would open the doors. So I thought that was really cool. Um, After assistant manager, I was able to get up to a general manager position after working for a few more years. And then I ended up getting my own store in Pacific Beach. Not mine, but one that I would run as a general manager. And that was awesome. I learned a lot, but I didn't stop there. I kept going until I got to, I believe it was Lake Murray. And that's when I really got to shine and things started clicking for me. And I built my own team around me, hiring people and trying to emulate different things that I've learned from Michelle and things that I've learned along my journey. So she's had a huge impact on my career. And funny enough, she's someone I could still count on to this day. When I called her the other day and just said, "Hey, can you make sure that you send me a picture?" She ended up getting me one right away, and she also answered. I think that says a lot, right? On one call, after had not talking to her for months, she answered right away and was like, "Hey, what's up, Brian? What can I do for you?" So that means a lot to me. Someone I can still count on to this day. So that's pretty much the story of how Michelle inspired me to be a leader, and I think it's really cool how if you're a great leader, other people can see you and they want to be emulate a leader like you. Michelle's a kind leader, the kind of leader you don't forget even many years after working with her. She doesn't just run the store or the district. She pulls the best out of people, and I'm grateful to have got to learn from her. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Michelle. Bye.